All right. We've had a few of you guys ask how you would use Desmos to solve these inequalities like we've been doing in class. So we've been doing, so I'm going to do one of the problems that we did in class today, but I'm going to do it through Desmos. So let's pick something crazy. Actually, so I'll do 3 of them just so that you have them. So I'm going to do number 2, number 3, number 10, and number 17. So if you need to, watch. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're literally going to put in exactly what we see. So I have x divided by, that's not divided by, x divided by 3. And as soon as I did the divide symbol, which is the slash, so you notice like I had this, I did x and I put the slash under the question mark, it made it a fraction. So x divided by 3 greater than -8. And I am literally, I'm sorry, -8. I am literally using my calculator for this, okay? So what this means is when I look for my answer, I'm looking for 24, okay? So on my answer choices, let me see if I can make like a tiny screen here so you guys can see this while I'm, okay, well that's not going to work too good. So like if you look at the answer choices here, my answer choices, I have -24 and +24. Well, this is over at -24, so I don't know it's not those. Well, all these answers over here in the shaded area are bigger than -24, so I'd pick bigger than -24. All right. Let's try this next one here, and I'll lose the screen for a second here while I do it. The next one was x minus 10 is less than -26. Okay, so when I look at my answer choices here, my answer choices for this one are, I have -36 and -16. Well, I see right here that my dot is at -16. But if I wasn't sure, I could scroll out to -36. So like if I wasn't seeing anything at -16, I'd keep on moving out to -36. All right, sorry. Now, sorry, I keep losing the thing. Now, I know that it's -16. Well, these are all smaller because they're going left. They're all smaller, so the x has to be smaller. So the x is on the smaller side. They're getting smaller. Okay, let's try another one. Let's try number 10 because number 10 was a little confusing in my class. So we have -23 is less than 1 minus 4x, that's not it, 1 minus 4x minus 8. Okay, and the answer choices, my options are 3.5 and 4. Okay, now, if you look, 3.5 is in the solution set. 4 is where my boundary line is. So I'm always looking for the boundary line. And we're going to do more of this next week when we do 2 variable inequalities. But I'm looking for where my boundary line is. My boundary line is right here at 4. So I'm looking for stuff that's smaller than 4, so it's less than 4. That means the 4 has to be, the 4 has to be, the x has to be pointing at the smaller side has to be by the x. Okay, and then the last one I'm going to do, because I just want to see I want y'all to see what this looks like on Desmos, is number 17. So that's going to be -3 plus 3x less than or equal to x plus 2 parentheses x minus 4. Okay, now the answer choices they asked me to look at, if you look at the answer choices here, okay, they asked me to look for 0 and 0, right? Well, when I look at 0, there's nothing there. There's nothing graphed there. And so my choices are all numbers are no solution. Well, if there's nothing graphed, there's no solution. If it was everything graphed, so I'm going to change one number to make this true. Maybe not. That should have been everything, right? Well, I don't know what it's going to do for this one, okay? Because in theory, right, Ms. Schulteis, that should have made it work, right? -8. I don't know then. I don't know why that didn't work. But for all numbers and no solution, we're not going to be able to use Desmos, okay? In this strategy, in this case, we could put them both on different lines. Let's see. So -8 and 3x, and then we have, what was the other one? X plus 2 parentheses x plus 4. No, it was x minus 4. See how they graphed right on top of each other? Now before we had 3. So you see how they're never going to cross? So they would never meet. So that's why we wouldn't have it. So when we think it's no solution or infinitely many solutions, this would be no solution because to see they're never going to cross. This would be infinite solutions because they're graphed right on top of each other. So see how when I click here I see the blue line, I click here I see the green line? That's how I can tell that they're together. Now for Desmos, graphing it like this works really well. Doing it one in the first equation, one in the second, but in our calculators the zeros and ones work. So what I'm trying to tell you is you can definitely get your homework answers right this way, but using one of our calculators is going to be your best bet. So I hope. What calculator?
How to get to that screen?
Oh, how to get to this screen. Okay, well you can just go to desmos.com/calculator, or if you just search Desmos and just do what I say. Yes, leave. You search for Desmos, so you Google Desmos, and then you see right there where it says graphing calculator. Or when you're in Desmos, so that's one way. So you can go to desmos.com/calculator, you can go to Desmos, Google Desmos and find that. Or if you're in Desmos, so like if you just get to Desmos, and yours is going to look a little different than mine, maybe if it ever loads. But if you get to Desmos, you can go to Math Tools and Graphing Calculators right there. All 3 of those will take you there. Now, I will state for the record, if you go back there to Desmos and you go to Math Tools and it says Test Practice, that loads up the green calculator. Okay, the test calculator. So like you can't do 3x plus 5 less than or equal to 89. Okay, why is it graphing them all of a sudden? Okay, there is a Texas version. So anyway, that doesn't matter. You're not going to use that. But if we start using Desmos on STAR for school, which I think we're going to start doing next year, you're not going to be able to do a whole lot of the stuff that we're doing. So anyway, I hope that's helpful.